The Pentagon is moving to label one of America's most prominent artificial intelligence companies as a national security risk, a move usually reserved for foreign enemies like Russia or China. Anthropic, the creator of the popular Claude AI, is currently locked in a high-stakes battle with the U.S. Department of War that could change the future of technology forever. This conflict ignited after reports surfaced that Claude was used during a high-profile military operation in Venezuela to capture a dictator. While the mission was a success, it triggered a chain of events that has left military leaders furious. The government is now threatening to designate Anthropic as a supply chain risk, a move that would effectively blacklist them from the entire American defense ecosystem and force massive tech giants like Amazon and Google to sever their ties with the lab. The heart of the feud comes down to two specific rules that Anthropic refuses to break. The company insists its AI must never be used for the mass surveillance of American citizens and must never be allowed to operate autonomous weapons without a human pulling the trigger. Military officials, however, are demanding that AI companies allow their tools to be used for any and all lawful purposes without restriction. They argue that in a life-or-death combat situation, they cannot have an AI that refuses to follow orders or filters its responses based on a tech company as private ideology. The Pentagon believes that if American AI labs don't comply, foreign adversaries will gain a technological edge that could cost American lives. Do you believe a tech company should have the power to restrict how the military uses its technology? Or should the government have total control over AI tools in the name of national security? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The tension reached a breaking point following the January 2026 raid in Caracas. Reports indicate that over 150 aircraft were involved in a strike that resulted in 83 casualties. When rumors spread that an Anthropic executive reached out to the Pentagon to ask if their software was involved, it was seen by the military as an act of defiance. To the Department of War, the mere suggestion that a private company would second-guess a classified mission is intolerable. They view it as a betrayal of the national interest. This has led Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to declare that the military will not employ any AI models that won't allow you to fight wars. Anthropic's CEO, Dario Amodei, has defended his company's stance by arguing that we are entering a rite of passage for humanity. He believes that the power of AI is so immense that without strict guardrails, it could turn a democracy into an autocracy. He specifically warns of a future where millions of automated drones are controlled by a single AI, or where a government can monitor every social media post, financial record, and private movement of its citizens in real time. Anthropic's position is that while certain surveillance and weapons development might be lawful today, the laws haven't caught up to the terrifying speed of AI. They refuse to be the ones who provide the keys to a digital police state. The consequences of this standoff are already rippling through the economy. Anthropic is not a small startup. It is a company valued at nearly $400 billion, with 8 out of the 10 largest U.S. companies using its technology. If the Pentagon follows through on its threat, every major defense contractor would be forced to purge Claude from their systems. This would create a massive disruption in the tech industry, forcing companies to scramble for replacements and potentially lowering the quality of the AI services that millions of people use every day. An anonymous Pentagon official was quoted saying that they intend to make Anthropic pay a price for forcing the government's hand, signaling that this is no longer just about a contract but about total submission. While Anthropic holds the line, its competitors are taking a different path. Reports suggest that OpenAI, Google, and Elon Musk's xAI have been more flexible, agreeing to lift some of their safeguards for military use. This has put Anthropic in an incredibly difficult position. They are being used as a public example to show other tech leaders what happens when you challenge the military-industrial complex. If Anthropic caves, they lose their identity as the safety-first AI lab. If they don't, they might be dismantled by the very government they were built to support. This battle is ultimately about the soul of the next era of human history. We are watching the birth of a technology that can think faster than any general and see more than any spy. The question is whether we want that technology to have an ethical code, or if we want it to be a weapon with no limits. As the Pentagon prepares its final decision, the precedent being set will dictate the terms of our relationship with AI for decades to come. Will we allow private companies to act as a check on government power, or will the demands of national security always come first? The answer will be written in the coming weeks, and it will define exactly what kind of world we are building.